Hey guys, it's JJ. I don't really have a clear thought of what I want to talk about, but I think I get like a gist of what I want to talk about and what I've learned for today. And yeah, before I started the video, I wanted to say that I actually started like creating content and stuff like in August, September ish. December was like when I was like really just like, okay, I really want to do this, but I didn't actually start till like January and like posting content like for real, like February, March. So it's taken a lot for me to be able to express myself the way I do, and it makes me feel so happy that I have a platform now and I have something that I can just talk and share my feelings, you know, and how I'm feeling about a certain thing or how I perceive certain things. And it makes me feel nice that I can just have you listening to me, even if it's just one person. That's still a lot to think about, that you are sitting here spending your time listening to what I have to say, a random stranger that you've never seen a day in your life. So if you're watching this, before I say anything else, I want to say thank you. I want to truly say thank you for watching my content, for being here, sitting in this moment with me. And honestly, I like to think as like my subscribers, my viewers, as talking to a close friend. When I talk, I want it to feel like how you would listen to like a close friend, or how you would talk to a close friend. I want you to feel that connection with me, and I'm trying to work to become more comfortable, like talking and looking at the camera and stuff like that. But it all comes with time and everything else. What I had to learn, and what I'm still learning, is that it's okay to need help. It's okay to need help and to ask for that help. It's actually so powerful to know that you need help, to be vulnerable like that, and to put yourself out there and to ask for that help, and to just be like, dang, this is a lot on my plate. That's a form of self-love too. Asking for help is a form of self-love too. You knowing that you have a lot on your plate and you need help and you ask for it, that's a form of self-love too. I don't know how many times, or I really wish that I would have known that, or how many times I wish I could go back and tell myself that. But needing help, asking for that help, is a form of self-love, because you know that you can't take it all by yourself, because that yes, you know that you are enough, and you asking for this help doesn't make you any less than if you do it alone. Why sit here and struggle with whatever you're trying to do when you could get someone to help you and make that process a little easier, make it a little faster? And I'm not like saying like always, like as soon as you like get in a pickle, always ask for help. But you'll know when you need help. You'll know deep down when you need help. You always do. You always know exactly what you need. But sometimes it just takes for you tapping in. Sometimes it takes for you sitting alone and just thinking, generally just thinking, because no matter how much you think you know yourself, no matter how much you journal, no matter how much, like, you'd be surprised that you can still learn about yourself every single day. And it took for me to go outside, go on a walk, and just clear my head, not have any headphones on, not have nothing around me stimulating me. Because even though I talk about like not having anything stimulating your mind and being free with all that, I still struggle with that. I still struggle with trying to sit alone with myself and my own thoughts. And sometimes I wonder a lot, and I worry a lot about what has yet to come, or what hasn't even come or came yet. My mind stays in the future. It stays thinking about, oh, what if you do this and this doesn't work out? What if you do this and it works out? Like, my mind stays on that. I'm always thinking, what if I post this video and no one sees it? And when I first started, it used to make me think like the main reason why I held back for so long is because deep down I like that comfortability I had. I like that I could feel that control. I like that control that I had. I like knowing my next step and knowing what's like going to come. I liked being in control. But what I had to realize is if you want something that you never had, you have to do something you never did. And that takes for you being uncomfortable. So I was really learning from, like, I would say maybe September, because I wasn't really serious in August, like September to like maybe around March to like February, Marchish of this year, that, you know, doing things that make me feel uncomfortable, like talking to new people, creating new conversations, opening up to close friends. And I think what I've realized throughout all of that is I've been making situations harder than it actually was. I've been thinking, oh, who am I to go walk up to that person and talk to them? Who am I to, you know, put my burdens and my insecurities and everything else on another person? I've been thinking about it from a very selfish point of view and from a very negative point of view and perspective. And in a way, that wasn't at all what happened, and that wasn't at all probably what they were thinking. Your negative traits and the way that you think that is going to happen is just how you think it's going to happen, not how it's actually going to happen. You feel like you want control so badly that you start making up stuff so you can think that you have that control. You want to be in control of something so badly that you start being in control of the things that you say, and most of the times it's negative. And I always thought, why do I believe my negative thoughts? Why do I believe like negatively of what people say or think about me, or, you know, instead of the positive? Like, someone could say something negative about me and I would hold on to that for weeks before, not now. Or like if someone say something positive to me, you know, I'll be like, oh, I think that's like, thanks, that's sweet. And then like let that go over my head and just forget about it the next day. Why is that? No one should have control over your happiness, and no one should make you feel anything. Not saying like be nonchalant or anything like that. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. But no one should make you, no one should be your happiness, and no one should be, you know, your sorrow. No one should be either of that. It should just be in the middle. You should be that happiness. God should be your happiness. God should be the thing that you put first. God should be the only thing that you try to chase. And you don't even have to chase him because he's always with you. But that should be the only thing that you're looking for. But I think my problem that I've been having a lot, and maybe it is your problem too, is I don't like to feel vulnerable. I don't like feeling like I need help. I don't like feeling like I have to share a certain feeling or emotion about how I feel about a certain situation. It's like I don't want to care as much as I do, but I have a huge heart. And I think that it took for me, you know, experiencing new things I've never experienced before, because I've never dated, I never had a talking stage, I've never done any of that. And when I say that, people either like are like, what? That's crazy. Like, how is that even possible? But it is, because I'm here. And yeah, it's not like I haven't had the chance to, but it's more been like a me thing and about finding the right person. But, you know, I've been growing romantic feelings for a really close friend of mine, and we've just been talking about it lately, and it's just gotten to the point where I feel so comfortable with him that I open up to him and I tell him certain things. But it's just like, I feel like in a way, even though I know the feeling is mutual, it's almost like I liked the feeling of uncertainty. I love the feeling of not knowing how that other person felt, that rush of doing certain things and them not knowing that, this is the intent behind it, or hmm, or this is like my reasoning for doing it, you know? Because when you do certain things for a person and they know how you you feel about them or that situation, then it's just like, I don't know. I'm kind of like a peewee when it comes to this stage, because I've never been in anything like this. So, you know, him telling me things that, I already learned how to love myself. And I'm not gonna say I learned completely, because I'm always growing. I'm always, learning, changing. But I've built confidence. I've built self love. I've built self belief. Even sometimes, I struggle with that. The core factor is that I have it. I Let me say that before I say anything else. I didn't need that. But him reassuring me and him doing certain things for me, it's just like, dang, you know? How could a person feel that strongly about another